Can't you just email me a quote?
At some point during your home ownership, you're going to come across a home improvement company. Whether it's in a store, a mall, a show, or event, they might call you on the phone. They might even be knocking doors in your neighborhood. During that time, you would have already known that you're probably going to need to upgrade something. So a conversation takes place. Questions are asked, answers are provided. Every so often, an individual comes out that knows they need the work done. They're looking for quotes and they don't want to spend the time necessary in order to get what they want. Email me a quote. If you don't want to have the conversation with your rep, how do you know that rep that you may be considering to hire even knows what he's talking about? Would you really want to invest 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, $100,000 on a project with someone who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about? You must have a money tree growing in your backyard. Are you currently going through the quote process or even preparing for a major home improvement project? I've put together a free homeowners awareness guide called Before You Sign. It breaks down some of the hidden dynamics that can influence decisions long before pricing is ever discussed. Not to create fear, not to attack company, just to help homeowners just like you understand the process more clearly before making major decisions. You'll find the link below. During my time as a home improvement rep, what I found to be the case, at least from my perspective, again, I'm only one human being. In the words of Socrates, I know nothing at all. It really comes down to one of a couple reasons an individual might take that stand. They're busy, or they feel that their time is more valuable than my time, or maybe they just don't want to deal with a salesperson. They've got that experience. It's a headache. It is. It can be. It doesn't have to be, though, depending on the rep you get. First and foremost, I have met people that have said, hey, why couldn't you just use satellite imagery, take measurements, and email me a quote? I could. I could definitely do that. We have the technology. It's not just about the number, it's the diagnosis as well. Without physically coming out to the home and seeing the project, your quote's just a guess. And a guess oftentimes turns into a change order. Change orders produce so many headaches. It's a waste of time, a waste of money, and a clear sign somebody didn't know what the hell they were doing. So if marketing or the sales rep or anybody else in between allows for a quote to be given without accessing the property, they're asking for trouble. Well, my neighbor got it done and he paid XYZ and he had this, and this done. We have the same exact size windows or roof or whatever. That's nice. But just like every human being on the planet, every house is different. Same project on paper, very different underneath. Your neighbor who just got new windows probably didn't have a shit ton of water damage. They're probably not experiencing rotted wood, or maybe they are and you're not. How would you like to be charged for the exact same thing he was charged and he had more work done? You in the business of overpaying? What you want and what you need often impacts the price. When I was a rep and I would meet with customer, client, whatever you want to call them, leads, I often took the time to ask questions and listen. I wanted to know what was important to you, how that aligned with what you needed, and where can we figure out proper balance. You're not overpaying, but you're not underpaying either. Because there's nothing worse than to get a quote, a low quote, and then to have a company turn around and say, I'm sorry, that was too low. The rep missed something. We're going to have to charge you for this, that, and the other. How would you feel? Probably wouldn't want to do business with them. Probably leave a bad taste in your mouth, right? As homeowners, we often don't look deeply at the issues that we have. For example, if we're talking windows and doors, we might have a draft, but we don't really understand the deeper dynamics as to why that draft was caused and how to avoid that in the future, especially with our new windows. Imagine this for a second. You get a guy or girl that comes out, and they're in and out. 15 minutes tops. They just measure 10 windows, and they're out of there. I'll email you the quote. They never spoke to you, not at length. They didn't really diagnose the problems. They just ran through and measured. Well, if that happened to me, one of two things are going to go through my head. Either you padded that damn price way too high to protect your butt on the back end, or it's extremely low because you're so concerned about winning the lowest bid. You know, as I was a rep, one thing I found out to be the case, most homeowners weren't hoping to buy the most expensive thing. Most homeowners weren't looking for the cheapest either. Yeah, they cared about price. There have been times where I have been the highest they bought. There's been times I've been the middle guy they've bought. There's been times where I've been the lowest price and they hadn't bought. Often folks are looking for the best value. And how do you get that? How do you get the best value? You have to have a conversation. Somebody's got to come out. You got to have a conversation. You need to know they know what the hell they're talking about. Are you seriously going to spend tens of thousands of dollars with someone you wouldn't even have a conversation with? How does that even make sense? Would you rather get a fast number or the right one? Home improvement projects can be a headache. It can be frustrating. I'm with you, but it doesn't have to be. It could be quite simple, really. Deal with your problems head on, and you'll be all right. Stop trying to avoid them. I'm John with Behind the Quote, helping homeowners just like yourself understand the entire process before they sign. If this video has helped you see the conversation a little differently, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow along. And if you're currently navigating the quote process yourself, check out the free Before You Sign guide that's linked below. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video.